Oh man, Barcelona is so good. Obviously, there's no one that's going to be able to stop them domestically, I think, at this point. I think if you look at it from a Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid perspective, I think that Barcelona has just been playing too well recently, and the other teams have been dropping points. And you just look at the way that Barcelona really controls every game. I mean, I watch Atleti, and yes, they have really good performances, and a lot of their issues stems from their coaching. And I've held the opinion, I've been saying this the last month, is that it's time for a refresh as far as, changing your manager in Simeone. Yes, he's a good manager, and yes, he's been there a long time, and he represents the fight and the grit that Atletico Madrid has. But it's obvious that you've hit a ceiling as far as how high he can take this team, just because he won't play any other way than what he has now, and he has one of the best rosters that he's ever had, and they could have won a Champions League. And they're probably gonna lose Griezmann this summer. He's linked away with the move to possibly MLS or maybe Saudi, and he's getting up there in age. And then you have an expensive striker that you're just wasting in Julian Alvarez, who's very good. So their season is done. And then you look at Real Madrid, and they have a lot of issues, mainly being injuries. They can't seem to all be congruently healthy at once. And then, their star players, their Galacticos, are just on and off as far as, who's going to actually step up and perform. Just a lot of divas. You look at the Brazil game versus Argentina the other day, where there were some Real Madrid players for Brazil, and they were whining on the pitch. You look at Vinny Jr., who's whining on the pitch, not playing well, and he's flashing the two for, I have two UCLs with Real Madrid in an international competition. It makes no sense. He's just a diva. He has so much ego. He doesn't work hard. He picks and chooses when he's going to work hard, and he has stinkers all the time. And the same goes for Mbappe. But anyway, getting back to Barcelona, they're just the complete opposite of that. They work together as a team. They believe in their coach, who's the best coach in the league. He may be a top 5 coach in the world currently. And they work together. They press hard. They press high. And they're just so good getting forward. I saw a couple runs from Balde today that were amazing. He's just dribbling past people, skirting past people, and he could be a winger. He could be a winger. And in this system, they essentially are. Him and Koundé are just so dynamic. And then Lamine Yamal had a great game today. I think he set up one of the goals and some of the passes he makes, and he was really close on hitting the target with a couple of shots that he had. Unfortunate that they had the Dani Olmo injury, and that is something he's been prone to. But this was a weakened Barcelona side. They didn't have a couple players in there, including Rafinha, who's probably their best player, and they still looked just as dominant. One big thing that I really liked is that they didn't start Lewandowski, and I really honestly think at this point their team is better without Lewandowski in the lineup. It just makes them so much more dynamic, so much more fluid. There's a lot of more interchanging and interswitching between passes and making cuts, because Lewandowski likes to receive the ball at his feet, and he's not as fast as he used to be. Not that he was ever particularly fast, but he used to be able to make those movements and link up play really well, but now he's just kind of stagnant, and he kind of stalls their offense a little bit. But yeah, this team is only getting better as the season goes on, and looking into next year, they're only going to get better. I don't think they'll be able to add too much in the transfer market because of their money restrictions, but I don't really know that they need to. Who else in the world is going to rise up and meet them? And I'm sure they'll have another academy product in the next 2 years that'll be generational as well. So, but yeah, big win. I think they're probably going to win the league this year, and they may win the Champions League. But looking at it from Real Madrid's perspective, if you don't win the league and then you also don't win the Champions League, this season is a failure. If you are Real Madrid, you're a failure. You got to start looking at your overpaid diva star players, and you need to get them to perform. But anyway, see you next time. Like, subscribe.